what's good, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new Comic Wrestling Release issue number 16 of X-Men. So yeah, we're back finally with the main X-Men book and the fallout of House of X. We've already seen what we got from Excalibur. X-Factor really had nothing to do with X of Swords at all, so we'll see how this one happens with this one. So this cover, you got Cyclops. Step right in. Ooh, we got a different artist this time. Who's the artist for this one? I think he did one of the Excalibur issues. Yeah, I think he did one of the Excalibur issues during House of X. I know he did one of the House of X issues. His art looks about the same. I want to say it was Excalibur. Might have been I think it was Excalibur anyway. Kakova. So, and here you have Rachel back in her normal costume, yet she's wearing another suit with X. Oh, this is so inconsistent, but whatever. So, how's this going to work? Son, I'd be lying if I thought anything I'm going to tell you will make sense, but I'll do my best. The Arco point is a small dormant piece of Krakoa that joined with Krakoa. The two halves of what once was a single island. This is one land, Okara. Exactly. Next page. Right now, Krakoa is pushing Arco points away from itself. Distinguishing from the smaller island, because that's where the external gate is located. Which, by inverting the gate, is supposedly how we're going to get the whole of our co. Going to get the whole of our co here. Okay, sure, but again, how's that work? How's that work? Honestly, I have no idea. Next page. Well, whatever it is, it's starting. Ah, blinding light. Oh, that's big. I've seen bigger. Shut up. Next page. Oh, damn, that is big. Next page. Oh, man. I don't want to watch this again. Okay, looks like they combine for a moment, and then they just split apart again. Huh. Is it just me, or is something wrong? Dad, I don't think there's any love on these islands. No, son. It appears that here there is not. There is not. Next page. Alright, two islands. Following the Tournament of Swords, the island of Krakoa is reunited with its long-lost other half, Arco. But what that means for mankind, both Arco and Archie, remains to be seen. Cyclops, Rachel, Cable, Cypher, Professor X, Kitty Pryde, Magneto, Emma Frost, Mystique, Exodus, Nightcrawler, Sebastian Shaw. Speaking of Sebastian Shaw, I actually recently watched First Class again. Man, it's a lot better than I remember. First Class is fucking fantastic. Without a doubt, I think you guys might remember if you guys watched my review of Dark Phoenix. I said that's one of my favorite X-Men. It's right up there with X2 and Days of Future's Past. I was very surprised at that one. Not anymore, because where Dark Phoenix is, First Class is where it is now. Because where it was, First Class is there now. I might actually put it over X2, maybe, because man, that movie was really good, a lot better than I remember. So yeah, you got Sebastian Shaw, Mr. Sinister, Storm, Iska, the Unbeaten. Woo. And we also got Jean. So let's jump right in, boys. So, how do you want to do this? Carrier pigeon, do you even know what that is? Megaphone, there are options. I don't know how I'm supposed to. What do you mean, beat in the middle? Oh, okay. Next page. I get it now. He's literally gonna, the Krakoa is literally gonna carry him to his wife. What's going on here? Oof, easy. I'm delicate. Yeah, I bet you are. Okay, what the hell's going on? What the fuck is this? Alright, let's figure this out. What the fuck is going on here? Later, the Quiet Council. Bad news, it's not gonna happen. There's not going to be a reunification of the islands. Why not? It's been thousands of years. They don't seem to be interested in the idea. Honestly, I don't think they like each other anymore. Well, can't they just talk it out? Actually, it's not that easy. I mean, sure, the base morphology is there, but the lexicon drift, branching deviations in the scope of and like what? In the syncope and poke. I don't even say that. To say nothing of the environmental change of how existing in warlike settings affects their evolving vocabulary. Kate, seriously, they don't even speak the same language. Damn. Then what was the point of all this? The swords, the ritual, the tournament. Was it all in vain? Next page. I've got a wife now. That's it. That's the best you got. And I'm sure you're both happy. Look at that. Whatever. I'm not. Damn, Mystique. Nonsense. This is the time for joy. I applaud you on your conquest, young mutant. I don't know if conquest is the right word unless we're talking about a different type of conquest. If y'all catch my drift. Love is a complicated adversity, and today you are a victor. Yes, congratulations, Doug. Happy for you. And may your first mutant be an Omega mutant. Thanks everyone, but we have other more urgent matters at hand. Isn't that right, Douglas? Yes, sir. Next page. What about you, Sinister? You must have some insight into all this, since you are, in fact, the only person in this room with an experience on that island. Care to illuminate us? I'd rather not. I've been through a lot, and I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I'm sure. Douglas, can you please ask Krakoa if there is any way that our two islands can find some common ground? Are you sure you won't change your mind? He says it's not really a problem on our end, sir. It's the other island and its interactability. I really can't stress how different they sound. I think it might extend to all of them as well. Who? The mutants on our co. Ah, so easily forgotten when you never matched a name to a face. There's virtually no reference to them in any of the reports we've seen. A few who entered the tournament were from there, but most were old enough to come from the island when there was one. It's shameful, but this really is the first chance we've had to engage our long lost brothers and sisters. How many are there? That's something I did find out when they were talking. It seems there are about 20 times as there are about 20 times as many mutants on our co as there are here. So many. That's a problem well beyond two islands talking to each other. What are we going to do with all of them? Well, that feels like an entirely different conversation than this one, doesn't it? Charles, Magneto. Who's the missing seat? Is that supposed to be Morgan McTaggart's seat? I forget it, or someone else supposed to be sitting there. Later, Akko. You got this creature, and it gets sliced, I think. Next page. Ah, yes, Iska, the Unbeaten. I assume you don't know much of the creations of Amenth. You have to root them You have to root them. You have to root them out entirely. These demons reproduce asexually, and if you leave one alive, in a month it will breed an entire pack. This is how the fallen world was. Yes, everything can kill you. But anyway, but any but any but any what? But any apathy would kill you just as surely as just as surely as tooth and claw. So we make sure understand leave no enemy alive ever. Understood. You can never be too careful, I always say. Charles here, however, is a hopeless romantic. It's unfortunate, I know. He's quick to trust and give a wide berth. I'll keep that in mind. So how do you wish to proceed with our situation? Next page. Could I implore you to expound on what you think our situation is? I've spoken with the boy husband of Bay. Your cipher has informed me of the intentions of our co. The islands will remain two lands. The question is, what of our two people? Ah, of course. But before we get into that, we brought you a gift, a gateway flower. It will enable you to travel from Arco to Carco without having to cross the water. To ease our travel, for comfort. Yes. As to the other, do you have the proposal? Intentions beyond peace, some kind of unification? We were hoping for a coalition, or to offer some kind of shared power structure between them. The great ring of Arco is the government here, and beyond the follow years, it has been so for thousands of years. What of yours? It's the quiet. Oh, fuck. It's the Quiet Council. It's a noble body full of wise leaders who will rule for thousands of years and beyond. I see. I don't know about thousands of years. I mean, yeah, you might have like cheated death, but immortality. But we'll see, I guess. I see. Though you're mutant all the way to the truth, you are children running a children's government. Which, of course, is not necessarily a bad thing, just an experience and prone to bearing fruits of that tree. Why don't you tell me of this world you rule? Tell me of Earth. It's a beautiful place. It has its problems. I think you're putting it a bit mildly, Charles. It has its problems, but what world doesn't? However, you should know we do not rule it. We share it with humanity. Humanity? Humans. I must confess, I'm surprised that a thing that persisted here. Still, thousands of years, growth, invention, survival. These have a way of sharpening a tool. And if you share the world with them, they must be formable, worthy of an impasse. They're just men. Next page. I know that our ways are not yours. Time has changed our two lands, changed us. But I need you to listen to me. We are a hard people made harder by war. We have no peace in us. Perhaps with time, with a little grace, we may become as you, accepting, gentle, soft. But until that day, I have to warn you. Do not come to this place again like this, with dreams in your heads and flowers in your hands, for this is a land of swords. I will take your offer of unity to the ring. We will consider it. Next page. The Great Ring. Oh fuck! Why am I yawning? The Great Ring of Arko. Iska the Unbeaten, Ilya, Tar the Uncaring, yada yada yada. Power. There's only one measure of worth on Arko. Power. To think that end, the Great Ring of Arko is made up of not just the most intelligent and cunning of mutants, but also the most powerful. No mutant has ever sat on the Great Ring who was not an Omega level mutant, not once. It has never happened, it will never will. Note. While the Great Ring only has 9 recognized seats, there have always been rumors of 3 more seats apart from the ring itself. These night seats, both in makeup and purpose, remain a mystery. Next page. Oh, shit. Okay, we also got like a chart, I guess, of what the thing looks like. Yep. Next page. Later, Krakoa. So you think they're going to be a problem, Professor? What I think is that we need to be our strongest to weather these uncertain times. With your resignation and Apocalypse's prolonged, possible permanent absence, there are 2 open seats on the Quiet Council. There will have to be a vote, of course, but we will have the numbers to push it through. Jean, your reclamation should be a formality. Scott, your reputation should make yours one as well. I would like for both of you to fit these empty seats. And Scott and Jean just look at each other. No, thank you, sir, but I can't even. They look at each other. Yeah, we'll pass. Why not? Because we feel like we have something more important to do. The X-Men. If there's one thing that Scott and I have learned through the beginning of our Great Krakoa experiment, it's this. The people of our nation needed to feel like someone is acting on their behalf, not deciding what's best for them, not deciding what is and is not in their best interest, but someone who fights for them, and that's us. What about your specific responsibilities to the council, Cyclops? I'll still be a great captain. The council can call on me whenever the nation needs defending. But this has to be separate from that. Charles's face. I can tell. There's no talking either one of you out of this, is there? Next page. No, Charles, there isn't. Have you decided on who's going to be on your team? Oh, so we're now finally going to get like an actual official X-Men team now. I could always handpick the team that could get the job done, but that feels too wrong. How? Just pick the mutants you know you're going to work. Hey, Wolverine, you got to have him. Rogue, Gambit, Rachel, and we'll throw in Psylocke. Like, how is that wrong? What, are you going to leave it up to a lottery pick? Are you going to have a draft? Like what? So what are you planning to do? If the X-Men are for the people, then we figured it would be best to leave the decision up to them. Oh no, that is not a good idea. I don't know, so, we're going to let the people vote. You know, they about election of the X-Men. Oh my god, are they actually are they gonna let the actual fans vote for this shit or not? But this is a cool poster. Party affiliations. Akebados, Habitat, House of M, eligible, Hellfire eligible, Bar Sinister eligible, Quiet Council not eligible, Wild Hunt eligible, Archaea Pillar eligible. For the people, the X-Men are the heroes of Krakoa. For the people made up of the mutants of our great nation. In the coming days, we will announce the dates of our annual X-Men election, and we will accept nominations for representatives. This will be followed by a formal vote that will be unveiled to your team at the first Hellfire Gala. So we're finally gonna get like an actual official X-Men team in the X-Men book. To be fair, the X-Men book, which has been written by Hickman, it's pretty much just been like whatever he does. Now we're finally getting like an actual official team. Alright. Alright. So that's all I gotta say. So that's about it, guys. Overall, this issue was awesome, man. The dialogue was great. I was really digging the conversation between Charles and Magneto going up against Iska the Unbeaten. And we're finally getting an official X-Men team. I'm curious if how they're gonna pick this team. Like they said, they're gonna leave it up to a vote, but I wonder if they're gonna like the Marvel is gonna let the people actually vote on this and what mutants they want. They probably won't. That would be kind of stupid because so John is probably just gonna be looking at the mutants he has. He's like, okay, which ones can I use? I'm curious if there's anyone going to be from. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any mutants from any of the other X-Men books that will be joining this team. So they'll be kind of like say fucking Betsy gets picked. Well, should we see her both in Excalibur as well as the main X-Men book, or someone like Psylocke, who we see here in Hellions in this one, or Rogue, or whatever? Are they going to be all separate mutants that don't have books currently? I'm curious to see how they're going to pick this thing. But I guess we'll find out in the coming weeks, or the next issue when the next few issues drop. Anyway, guys, overall, I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, if you feel like links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too